right, Skeeter White here with a bit of a special presentation. We got this badass pick-em-up truck behind us. We got Sean. I met him at a car show a little while back. Sean, what's going on, brother?
What's up, brother?
Just hanging out, brother. Give us a little detail on this ride right here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my pristine, never washed 1951 Ford truck. It was originally a 1951 F3 that came with the 8-foot bed. Shortened it down to 6-foot. I usually call it an F1. The engine in this came out of a 2007 Shelby GT500. So it's a 5.4 dual overhead cam, supercharged. It's got the upgraded Ford Racing setup on it. It's a 2.3 liter, I believe. And the engine came out of a 2007 Shelby GT500. It's the 5.4 liter dual overhead cam. I went ahead and threw in a set of camshafts in it. They are NSR cams, unfortunately, but it does chop like Paul Bunyan. The frame that it's sitting on came out of a 2005 Crown Victoria. So it's Crown Vic up front, Crown Vic out back. If I need to do brakes, they're all Crown Vic stuff. Not to sound like the Blues Brothers, but it's got cop brakes, cop shocks, cop suspension. Maybe one of these
I knew
days,
exactly where you're going with that one, brother.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll take it to Joliet, but not this day. So, but yeah, no. It's originally I had a 5.4 Lightning in it. That's a single overhead cam, smaller blower, and the best I ever did with that was a 12.3, 108 miles an hour at Bradenton. So, sick week 2023. Didn't go as hot as I wanted it to. Finished the week, but I never ran in the 11s like I wanted. So this is a manual truck. It's a 6-speed T56, came out of a 03 Cobra. The name of the truck kind of comes away from the some of the parts I've had in the combo before. It's the 2003 transmission came from the 0304 Cobra. A lot of those are called the Terminator Cobra. This truck is Mater, so you put the two together, it's the Termimater.
The Termimater, brother. Now, you told me the name of this truck, the Termimater. All I could think of is looking at Mater from the Cars movies and throwing Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice on it. You know what I mean?
It's like Termimater without the top.
Now, I know you said you ran, 1230s in it, right? You wanted to run 11s,
Yep.
and that was with the previous setup or the current setup?
I wanted to run 11s with the previous setup. Maybe if it was an automatic, I would have been there easy peasy. Maybe, I really don't know. It, a 1951 Ford truck, a lot of those didn't come from the factory running 12s or 13s or 14s or even 15s.
I'd venture to say 0 of them did.
Yeah, I'd say those trucks are faster falling out of a tree than going down the road. So
That's right.
Maybe a little bit better cylinder heads with the last engine. Maybe I would have had a chance at the 11s, but I refuse to run an automatic. There's nothing wrong with having something else shift your own gears, but I really enjoy just being the one to put the left foot in and the right foot out and let the tail wag about.
Well, listen, that's just because you like grabbing onto the knob a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I heard out in the streets. Is that true?
And it's even though it's Pride Month, that ain't really my bag, brother.
That's true. Hey, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Now, what are the ultimate goals as far as how fast you want to go with this truck with the current setup?
Yeah, so I think with the current setup, what I want to do is I want to see 11s out of it. It's so easy to throw a number out there. Everyone just arbitrarily, they see all the big names going the fast numbers, but what no one takes into consideration is these trucks never went 70 miles an hour from the factory. So the fact that when I'm at the top of the track running over 100 miles an hour, it feels like Apollo 13 breaking up, coming back into entry.
Call Tom Hanks.
Oh my God, I'm lost on an island with Wilson with the front end wanting to hover out from under me. So I think I can do 11s. Honestly, 8th mile, the truck's a lot happier. I don't have aero drag. I don't have any of that stuff to contend with. But, hey, I'm not scared to go, any faster than I am now at the big end. So may as well, get the 11s out of it. 11.5, I got to run a cage. I'm not a petite guy, tragically, trying to fit a roll bar in there. It's a little bit cumbersome, but if I could do a hero pass like a 10.9, which is faster than a GTR, which is faster than an Enzo, which is faster in any iteration of the Corvette, might I add, then I'll be content with that.
Now, faster than any version of the Corvette. We were bullshitting a little bit earlier. You were hating on the Chevy boys a little bit, you know what I mean? So, it's not hard. No. Well, go ahead. Now, you brought it to the racetrack and stuff like that. Give us a good story of you clapping some Chevrolet cheeks.
Oh, God. You got me.
Exactly. He's got zero stories. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why is all those guys were in the garage trying to fix the cracked heads or the valves that rattle or the oil leaks. So I take my Ford to the track. I can drive it. I did 1,000 miles towing a trailer at 6 weeks. So a lot of the Chevy guys, they were fast cars. They were like bottle rockets. They go out on the big end and blow up and then oil down the track. And then, you know, a lot of them turbo LSs, they were putting so much oil on the track. I thought George Bush was going to come out of retirement and invade.
Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
Damn, brother. I mean, this is funny coming from a guy who's had 5 engines in this truck. That's a weird comment to make, but you know, we'll leave it as it is. You know what I mean?
So yeah. Well, if you want, I can elaborate on the 5 engines. When I did get this truck, it was, my goodness, I was stationed in Colorado at the time. It was 2015, I think it was, and saw the truck on Craigslist, hits the guy up. I was like, hey man, you know, I'm kind of interested in the truck. What do you take for it? You know, I had a running car at the time. Weirdly, we ended up just trading straight up. I thought I was gonna have to give him cash. I didn't. Shout out, that's super duper cool of him, because you know, this was abandoned in a horse field, not running. I was like, yeah, I got a car to spare. So original engine was the flathead 6-cylinder, the inline 640 used to put in the tractors, I think. And it was a good engine. It was just faster falling out of a tree than going down the road.
True that.
Yeah, so eventually when I did the frame swap on this, I left the 4.6 single overhead cam in it. Those are good engines too. They're so good, in fact, that they don't even make enough power to hurt themselves.
That's right.
So COVID came about.
I'm glad you're real about the Ford's capabilities. You know what I mean?
Not that particular one I am, I'll say that now. But COVID came about. I had a Cobra engine, came out of a 98 Cobra, and I swapped into this guy. So the Cobra, that's the 4.6, the dual overhead cam, and it was spicy, but I had a buddy with the EcoBoost Mustang that, even though I was faster than him, I wasn't fast enough faster than him. So, you know, logical progression. I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw a 5.4 in it next. I got a Lightning engine, came out of an 01 truck, and that 5.4, I did the most work with that engine, that Lightning engine. That's all my 6 week stuff, most of the burnouts I did in that truck. That was a bulletproof combo. But, you know, I didn't run an automatic. I didn't go in the 11. So, you know, that was really frustrating to me. So logically, you know, more is good or extra better. So 5.4, dual overhead cam. These things were 500 horse at the crank from the factory. It's got the bigger blower on it, bigger cams. I was running a VMP 2.7. I made just under 700 to the tire with that.
Damn, brother.
So that was a tight dyno. That wasn't one of those hero dynos that people put a cold air intake on and make 50 more horsepower. So anyways.
We're talking to you import boys right now. You know what I mean? That's a little shout out to you jabronis.
Oh yeah, little VTEC teching. But, you know, 700 to the tire, the thing is uncontrollable. It's controllable, but, you know, I don't feel like upping my life insurance policy, so.
True that. And then listen, I'll tell you this right now. Sometimes I say, oh, well, the driver just needs to be strong enough to control her. But he got forearms like Popeye. Trust me, the strength ain't the problem. You know what I mean? This thing is a little buck wild out there, and I've seen some videos of it. Now, just to you know, get a little bit more detail, let's say the rear end setup. You know what I mean? So we're talking rear end suspension, stuff like that. Give us a little detail on that.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. So again, this is all Crown Vic stuff that's underneath it. I'm literally running Crown Vic parts. You know, in air quotes parts. So it's Crown Vic axle. Some of those cars came with a 31 spline. This guy's got a 31 spline in it. So with a 31 spline, with welded axle tubes, brace and everything, I launched the truck at about 6,000. Best 60 foot I've cut is a 152. So they take abuse. I'll leave it at that. But I do have tubular control arms, polyurethane bushings. Like I said, I braced it. Right now, I'm running a 411 gear set in it. I do plan on swapping the transmission out for TR6060, so that's going to give me a better first gear. So I'll be real happy with that. And yeah, that's really carbon fiber drive shaft in there. You know, pretty. You know, like to have that in the driveline, absorb some of that abuse that this thing dishes out. And I believe that covers most everything on the axle. Oh, last but not least, Viking shocks. The Crown Vics, they come with a lot of anti-squat in them. The truck is great at loading the tire at the track, so you'll see the rear axle come down hard. It'll squeeze the sidewall, and a lot of that compression, I'm able to tune it with that Viking shock, the double adjustable back there, and hey, I mean, a truck that'll cut a 152, I don't think that's too slow, especially for a 1951.
It ain't too bad, brother. Trust me. You talking about this thing takes a lot of abuse, brother. I got 4 stepdaddies growing up. I know a little something about taking some abuse. You know what I mean? So me and this truck, can relate. Now, one thing I did want to ask. Here's the thing, brother. This thing right here, normally I'd say, hey, man, that's a sweet patina you got on it. But let's be honest here, it's rust. There ain't no reason to dress it up. It's just straight up rust.
100%.
You know what I mean? So do you have any plans to paint this thing? What do you want to do to the body?
Yeah, no, and I think that's where a lot of the allure comes from is I've noticed
allure is the word he uses.
Allure,
but okay, yeah.
Of this beautiful finish. Now, it's no desire of mine to paint the truck. And it's a double-edged sword because when you have an old truck and you whoop up on people, no one wants to race it because, one, they lose to the old truck. That's pretty embarrassing. Two, the old truck, they beat it. Well, then you beat an old truck. What's so special about that? You
said it's a little embarrassing losing to like an old Ford truck. I'll tell you this right now. It's a little embarrassing losing it to any Ford in my world. You know what I mean? Because listen, I'm undefeated, undisputed, never lost a race in my life. You know what I mean? So
hey,
it ain't happening, brother.
When you never get out of the garage and you bench race all day, I mean, that's exactly what happens.
Listen, you don't know how to bench race. You can only bench press. I see them pectorals. I saw you getting your pump on earlier, brother. Listen, you don't got to bring everything back to the gym, all right? Now, listen, brother, I got a 1978 Chevrolet Camaro Type LT with the mullet drive 305. You think this truck right here could take me in a race?
You got the 3/4 cam in it?
I got the 3/4 cam, the double pumper carburetor. I got the camel humper heads. No. I could jump a Budweiser tall boy, leaving off the trans brake. You know what I mean?
Now, the best I've done is I think I can clear about 3, maybe 4 cans of Skoal stacked up on one another with this guy. I'll send you that picture. It believes it can fly. It's a little bit Steve Miller Band. So
you know what I'm saying? Listen, that's like 3-4 cans of Skoal. That's like 3 or 4 packs of Marlboro Reds right there. I mean, that's doing something, brother.
Just a little bit. Now stacked flat, not stacked on there.
Yeah. I mean, we got to be specific about it. It's all good. That's kind of impressive. Now we got the Nitos on the back. I'm gonna have to take issue with that because you got America everything. And you put some damn Nitos on the back of it.
No, so they were the only ones that offered 335 50 15. So it is a truck. It is light over the rear axle. I do not have a petite engine. My feet are not delicate. And I like the security that a big old 335 gives me. So I don't think too many other people are rocking 335s, not for what all that tire does.
True that. You said the truck's a little light in the rear end. I'm a little light in the rear end too. So me and the truck keep having things in common. You're making me like this thing too much, brother, for a Ford. Damn it, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Now, again, we got Crown Vic everything, right? So cop brakes, cop suspension, cop frame, all that stuff. If any police officers in the Tampa Bay area got their car stripped a little while back, you know where it's at. Let's just put that out there right now.
Can confirm.
Let's just put that out there right now. Now, I know we had talked about it earlier. We got the cab in it. When this truck was built, people averaged about 5'2", about $125.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were a little bit smaller back then.
A little bit smaller. So you got any plans to, stretch that out a little bit? What you gonna do with it?
I really don't, man. I mean, with as beautiful as that rust, that patina is, I don't want to mess with it too much. Now, the only thing that I do want to do is if I can get my feet out further, hey, 6 inches, we'll all take that.
We'll all take an extra 6 inches. You know what I mean?
I think that'll get me hunkered down a little bit closer to where I want to be, kind of centered in the truck, and I think that'd do me a lot. But no, I'm not doing anything to the body on this because again, when I'm whipping ass, I want it to be with the rust as it is.
That's right. Now, one thing I gotta ask, I ask every single pick 'em up truck owner I know. How many trailer park heifers can you fit in the back of this thing?
Oof. Now, I've had an engine and transmission in the back of this riding around town, so we're talking like 800 pounds. So
yeah, that's like one trailer park heifer.
That's like 2 of my Tinder dates, I think.
I got you. All right, too. That ain't too bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a little ballast to put in the back. You know what I mean?
100%. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Chicks can ride. It won't scrape. I'll just stiffen the shocks up too easy.
That's right. Like Redman said, it ain't about their weight. It's about their performance. You feel me?
Oh, yeah. I agree to that.
Well, we're going to jump in this truck. We're going to go for a little ride. We're going to show y'all how this thing gets down.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, brother. little tricky boy turn